Hello and welcome to my channel on human design. Today I want to look into the Rave I Ching and I want to look into the nature of peace. There is so much war porn and strife and all kinds of disasters and this and that that's coming to us in the mainstream media. And what happens when you get a lot of negative conditioning? What happens when there is this disaster and this emergency? I mean, just think about the open routes, running from one thing to another. Think about the media putting in one catastrophe after another. We move around like headless chickens, not knowing which way to go or what to think or who to believe. So let's go to the source. Let's go to what we can go to. And in looking at the I Ching and looking at the hexagrams in the I Ching, much can be learned. As far as I'm concerned, everything is really about the breath, the breathing out, the breathing in, the inner and the outer. The inner and the outer. And this is told to us many times through the knowledge of human design and through the I Ching, of course. And really it's about coming to a right relationship with ourselves and the world, the inner and the outer. When there is so much fuss being generated in the media, when there is so many distractions out there, a lot of us are being pulled outside of ourselves, whether that's looking at Netflix or being concerned about what's happening in the world, or dealing with all the people around us and all the things that we have to do and the things that we have to move through in this life. I mean, life is movement. We know this. Life is movement, but it's also inaction. It's also not moving. And if we go to the wonderful 52nd gate, now the 52nd gate is in the root. It is the only gate that has a passive pressure. It's the pressure not to do something. It's the pressure to pause. And the root center is really about emergencies. It's about adrenal. It's about, we got to do this. We must do this. We have to do this. And here's this 52 going, nope. I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. And that is a part of dealing with the outer world. It's saying, come in, stop. And when you look at the hexagram in the 52, we have two yin lines, two lines of receptivity, then a yang line. So it's kind of stopping and then beginning to see from the pause what the controls are, what's controlling you inside, what's controlling you outside. And we have the receptivity again. The openness, the preparation, the self-discipline, still not doing anything. The honing down to the real nub of the matter that can bring out an exceedingly accurate statement of what is the case. But still the openness. It's only till you get to the 6th line that the yang line comes in again. A harmonic and balanced attunement that is at ease regardless of conditions, regardless of the situation. Coming to a pause, coming to accept and drink in not doing is very important, because it enables you to deal with whatever is going on in a much clearer way, in a much more succinct way, in a much more realistic way, in a way that is in balance with you and everything else follows from that. I mean, this is the whole value of meditation. You know, when you're meditating, for whatever's going on in your life, it doesn't matter. For 1 hour, you are in your meditation. For 1 hour, you are inner. You are allowing the breath to come. You are coming to your own place of peace. And it's something that's very easy to forget with all the cacophony that's going on outside in the world and all the busyness that has to happen. And let us not forget that the open root combined with the open spleen can lead to a kind of panic, you know, so there can be a panic coming out of this emergency center or not. That's why it's there. Part of living in this world is to have the balance, the energy to do nothing. Now, there is always, when you're talking about the yin and the yang, there is always the two sides. So, of course, there is also, if you're doing nothing for too long, you know, the danger is stagnancy. You know, if you're in your spiritual practice, whatever that may be, and that's taking over the whole life, to the point of you doing nothing, then obviously the world is going to impinge upon you one way or another, because life is movement and there's certain things that need to be done. However, it is very necessary to come to this place of pausing. If we go to another hexagram, if we go to the hexagram of peace in the 11th gate, here we find other clues. Here we have yang, 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 yin, yin, yin. The yang, the 1 and the 2 and the 3 in the 11th gate is this active. It's the thinking. It's in the ajna. It's the abstract mind, thinking about the endless ideas. And here it's about, in the first line, it's about attunement. You know, really thinking, you know, what are the ideas that really move you? There is always an emotional aspect to anything in the abstract gates. And you may look at a plant and you may see the plant breathing in and out slowly in its own time. If you look at those incredible time-lapse pictures of plants and how much they move throughout the day, but at such a speed we don't even notice, but they are in their own breath. Now, ideas from that come, ideas about the nature of ourselves and the universe come through this incredible 11th gate. So a lot of yang gates initially, reaching to the third line where you get to the realism of it all. You know, it's one thing to have abstract ideas. It's something else to put them into practice. And the third gate is the acknowledgement that peace is transitory. You know, the realism comes into it. And it's only after that that then comes the ability of the 11th gate to be able to breathe out, to be able to move into being the teacher and being the philanthropist. And it's only in the 6th line that you come to the line of adaptability, where you have the inner balance to be able to handle the transitions, to be able to handle the changes. There is always change. It is the only thing that is always for sure. But finding that inner balance is absolutely important. It's that means that it doesn't matter. You're not holding on to the ideas. You're coming from what is balanced inside of you. The hexagram of peace. Of course, it can be looked at in another way. People can go into their minds and read lots of novels and watch the dramas in films and such like. And again, they can get lost there. They can be absorbed there. And it's a false kind of peace. It's not to do with what is really important. That's to find a place of inner balance. And yes, we can talk about disease. We can talk about the incorrect life and the incorrect thoughts and running around like a headless chicken and it manifesting in problems in the body. So again, within the I Ching, there again and again we come to the importance of renewal and regeneration and detoxing and clearing out the heavy metals in the body that are now everywhere, and finding ways to come back to the balance. Where else do we find peace in human design? We find peace in the idea of the manifestor. You know, the anger, the rage, and then the peace. So let's look at that, shall we? Let's look at the 3 manifestor channels in human design. We have the 36, 35, this channel of transitoriness. And you know, manifestors, and indeed those people with that channel, they're at peace when they're on their way somewhere, when they're moving somewhere, when they've got on the plane and they're headed out. They haven't got to where they're going yet, but they're on their way. Something new is going to come. That can be very peaceful, exciting, and then just relaxing into, let's see what happens. When we have the 1222, the Channel of Openness, this incredible magical channel full of poetry and music and melodrama, you know, where is their peace? Their peace is in being in love with someone or something, to be in that flow, to be in that magical state. And where is peace in the 12th gate? That gate that is the gate of caution, that gate that is here to be peaceful when they don't have to say anything. They can know without saying. They are waiting for that magical moment when the prophet can come out, when the pragmatist can come out, when metamorphosis can emerge through what they say. If you look at the 12th gate and you look at the brown line, the general overview of it, it says, the quality of restraint and the importance of meditation and inaction in confronting temptation, in confronting that time when you're going to speak or you're not going to speak, when that voice is going to open up or not. And again, the 12th gate is a wonderful example of all the yin lines. The first 3 lines are yin, and then the yang comes out in the impact. The yang comes out in the 4th, 5th, and 6th lines. And when is the 3rd manifestor channel peaceful? The 2145, the design of a materialist. The 45 is peaceful when they have what they want. They have their corporation, they have what they want in terms of material. They're in control and they have people dealing with things. The work is being done not by them, but by people that they trust and know are capable. Then they can be peaceful and they can just enjoy the fruits of their labors until the next deal, of course, because there will always be in the background when the peace begins to dissolve a little. What else are we going to accumulate? What else are we going to do in order to expand? But for the time being, peace. Everything is right in the kingdom. So when you're looking at your human design, and when you're learning what the attributes are about, what the channels are about, don't forget to look at the hexagrams. And don't forget to see that the whole thing, this whole knowledge is really about coming to the truth, and the truth of what is, and the truth of who you are, but also the truth of just breathing, the in and the out, the action and the inaction, the clarity, the renewal, the time to withdraw, the time to come back. This is part of what peace really is, and to enjoy that. And to realize that has to be in our lives one way or another at some point throughout the day, to take time to just stop, to just breathe. So that's really my message for this video, to come back to balance, to find peace within, to realize there is this inner and outer, and to be vigilant about seeing how you can be disturbed by the outside. And you always have the ability to come in and allow things to settle and allow the real truth of what's going on within and without to come to you. Good. Well, if you enjoyed that, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will be back again very soon with something completely different. Bye for now.